Everyone close in it.
Hello. I'm proud to be a coal miner, daughter.
Nice.
Okay, let's see if we can get all of
Well,
them.
let's get started, you guys.
Jason, where are you?
Hey.
There you are. Okay.
Were y'all able to take in the grist mill? Everybody had time to do that? The grist mill museum? Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. There's how do we get up there?
Oh my god.
You're already spooking everybody. You'll be alright. You're funny. Yeah, y'all gather on up here. We're going to talk a little bit about the replica and
Okay, while we talk.
the movie and what's your favorite memory. And if y'all had the opportunity to go down there and see some of those older photos down in the grist mill, gosh, it says so much about this area. James Anderson actually established this area back in the Civil War days, so those photos down there are magnificent. They show with the grist mill, and that grist mill functions. They were growing corn and wheat on the farmland here. And that grist mill was actually functioning and grinding it down for them for food sources, no doubt. But some of you might be wondering, this is a creek. You don't see creeks that run through powerful water source for us. And here in Tennessee, if you're from Tennessee, you don't run through five from Middle Tennessee County. That's the reason why the creek is so powerful. I'm sorry about that. We're going to head on in, you guys, and we're going to start going to the right there. And you're going to be walking into there. As a matter of fact, that Miss Loretta's lady that played her mother did the little squaw dance there. So if any of y'all want to kick right into that, we promise we won't video you or put you up on YouTube.
Oh, I will.
That you were at Loretta Lynn's ranch doing, the crazy thing. Oh, you? No, I know. Can't go upstairs. I know.
Well,
But heck, fired just to think that her daddy built the one standing in Kentucky for a whole $500.
That's
now,
crazy.
Wouldn't you love to be able to say you could build a cabin for $500? And the dollar
You can't get the lumber for the steps for $500 now.
No shit. You get one step. Oh, so cute.
Okay, that's an idea because I grow flowers and stuff. So
I know, that's cute.
it actually feels good.
I know. Okay, what is this? Is it like a little side house? I wasn't really listening.
Oh my god!
Was it like a little side house?
This is
the
a replica.
wallpaper.
This is a replica of her house that she grew up in.
Oh.
And that's what they used for wallpaper back
Oh
in
my
the day.
gosh, that's kind of cool actually.
Well, I'm not going to take you guys pictures because Swing Blade over here is a...
You would do the whole video.
Take a video.
Look at her eyes. This is kind of cool with this wallpaper.
Really like walking onto a movie set, right?
It is.
You haven't seen it while you've been visiting the ranch. You got a picture of Fred's mom and dad right there, Ted and Claire.
Well, see, that's not...
The movie set.
I know. This is it. It's crazy. I know.
would
Right
assume
there
that
indeed.
this
Young
is
lady
the
in the
wall
striped
from-
dress. If you want to break out into the squaw dance, you feel free.
I got the videotape going.
I will say to you
Okay,
guys
Bonnie,
that
I'm ready.
Miss
I'm
Loretta
ready.
did have a habit
You have to
of
get the
breaking
dance
into a
out.
I don't
hillbilly
know the
hotel.
dance.
That's
So
what's
she would also do that in her tours.
Was that on the mantle on purpose?
Oh, that was off of one of the soda pops in
No,
there.
it was on the mantle.
Yeah, thank you. That little bit of trash.
So that's the picture of her parents.
When they got married.
and-
Now, if y'all walk through the
who's that?
stipulated, that's her grandparents.
Oh wow.
On one side, yes indeed. Can you sit on one?
She sang some songs.
Well,
Literally, I
that
thought that picture was. Oh, Lordy. I wonder what it's in the chair.
but anyway, just to let you guys know.
Is this some of the stuff that was in the house? I wonder if this was some of the stuff that was in the house.
That was,
replica.
that was
No,
something
one
that
of some of the
Miss
stuff.
Loretta
This
didn't
stuff was
hear
actually in the real house.
Oh, who knows? Ask the lady.
And if they were lucky on a Saturday night and it
Oh,
was
she's
charged
talking.
up, they would be able to listen to what do y'all think on Saturday night? Was the Grand Ole Opry. Grand Ole Opry. Miss Loretta heard her first song.
Oh, there's some of her dresses. All her clothes.
Oh, what you see? Yeah, like you said.
Ooh. That's kind of cool.
Right, you're taller than I am. Would you get a picture of her living room?
I got a whole video of it. That's cool.
Look at that little dress.
I know. One of those also one of the
You can tell
kids.
them what that's for.
I don't know.
But you'll also see that in the picture of her parents on their wedding day, you'll see that her dad's head wasn't very tall. He was only 5
But the air conditioner wasn't in.
So this is a replica of Lynn's. What is it again?
Her home that she grew up in.
The home that she grew up in. That's kind of cool. Oh, look at the tiny little. That's cute.
Wasn't black lung, but he suffered a stroke.
That's cool.
He lost his jaw at the coal mine. Even though they didn't get his pictures such, they would not take him back to the coal mine. So that's how they ended up in
It's hot in here, but it's probably because of all the people.
I like sitting right there because it's
Because of the.
Because you didn't want to go out.
It is absolutely stunning. During Memorial and 4th of July, it always is lit up red, white, and blue, no doubt.
Oh, that's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, I seen pictures of it. I was like,
But it's really beautiful. You can come down, even though the western area is closed
Oh,
up
look
at
at
5. You can come down,
Me
hang out in
too.
the courtyard. Okay, now what we're going to do is back up and take a look at Miss Loretta's barn here. Now, if y'all never heard Peacock's caterwauler, you just get ready because they might sound up and sound just like a girl scream.
We might see pine cones.
Hang on. We got an issue going on. Okay. Yeah, y'all sit tight so y'all can stay cool. I got a problem. Yeah. Anyway, so Miss Loretta loves her peacocks, you guys. So this whole barn's going to be full, and so they may start screaming, just so you know. There's 2 white ones too. But anyway, we're going to jump out here, and if y'all took in the photos down at the grist mill, you'll see. Oh, there goes one of the dogs. Anyway, that's why we're going to shut up the shuttle bus so we don't end up with creatures. Like I told another couple, I was doing the tour last week, and there just went a skunk right through the front yard and didn't have not one hair on its tail. God bless, I don't know why. But anyway, that was the highlight of that one. If you saw that, you'll see what was original. You've got the house and you've got the guest house, or what they called that back then. But you'll see this big picture window. You all feel free to look in there. Mooney ended up making that his cowboy cave. Now, he was totally all cowboy for sure. Even as a matter of fact, when they got the opportunity to meet President Carter and everybody showed up in their tuxes and their pretty frou-frou dresses, Mooney showed up in his blue jean shirt, blue jeans, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, and his leather belt. Just saying.
Did you ever meet her husband?
He's all cowboy. Huh?
Did you ever meet her husband?
No, he passed in '96. He passed to, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get in there in the foyer, so you can see after you've seen some pictures and kind of get a feel of what they were like. But he had problems with diabetes, but they did come back here. In '93 is when his health started failing greatly, and of course, naturally, he was always here working the farm. Now, you got to understand, when they first found this in '66, Miss Loretta fell so in love with that house, they camped down on the front porch for about 3 or 4 days because they wanted to be sure that they would get this purchase. Y'all, she had no idea. It came with the big old grist mill where you bought your tour tickets. That was the general market. And then if you had the opportunity to walk into the grist mill, you saw what the post office was like. That she didn't know she was buying they were buying all of Hurricane Mills in 1966, close to about 1,300 acres for a mere $220,000.
What?
wow.
Seriously.
Oh,
Seriously,
Lord.
no, this gets even better. Miss Loretta has her own zip code. 3707. That's why people are all the time sending postcards, whether they're sending them to themselves or sending them to loved ones. They have us mail them for them because they're going to stamp from Miss Loretta's post office.
That's crazy.
Okay, you guys, let's head on in. I hate to tell you, we'll only be out here for a wee bit, and then we're going in the side door. And like I said, we're only shutting it up because we don't want to travel along with them.
I still want to go in one of those wagons.
I still want to ride in one.
What if it sucks that we can't go in it?
I want to ride in that one right there.
I would, me too, but I would ride in any of them at this. Oh, there's a doggy. I seen that dog. This is a window. I want to go in this.
Huh?
I want to go in one of these.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
I know. I seen the doggy over here that she was talking about.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Hey, oh, right there. There's two right there.
Oh. It's got a mohawk.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The dog. Oh wow.
You can't really see through the
It's
camera.
like frozen in time.
That's cool.
But look, if you put your
That
phone,
is Lynn.
if you put your phone,
Oh
you can
yeah.
actually see.
You can't really see it through the camera that well.
It's crazy because it's almost like it's frozen.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. There's no glare if you do it that way. Right, that's the way I do mine. I mean, I feel like a peeking Tom.
Loretta Lynn's house.
Somebody to walk in there and
This is
The door to get out.
right here. Right here.
I mean, it's like you expect anybody to walk in
That's
there.
crazy. You still have my phone, right?
Yeah.
There's a, why is it? Oh yeah, she lives here. Doggy. Does that doggy? Oh, the doggy's coming. Hi.
It's got a mohawk on top of it.
Oh wait, yes, the doggy had a mohawk.
I know she has the guy. He works on site. He's wonderful.
I garden, so like this is
I know.
This is amazing.
epic.
Tim is a
Oh, he's gonna know me with the LL.
Oh my god.
so
This is amazing.
So is this like
That's a guest house.
That actually was another portion that was called the guest house.
Yeah, this is a guest house.
Mooney ended up making it into a dark
This is so
I wish I could
cool.
get all this for $220,000.
That's true. That's just great.
This is so cool.
Hey, y'all.
So this is a house that
Yeah.
this is a house they live in.
That's where she would write her songs when she was home. You can see it's
So
very
this is a
simple,
house.
very sweet.
This is a house they lived in until he died.
No, they actually lived here until 88. They lived from 66 to 88.
But they still live in Hurricane Mills, don't they?
Yeah, she does. Mooney passed away.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying she lives
Yes.
behind here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. She still lives here.
Good.
If y'all want to move into the kitchen area here, we'll start kind of talking about how that came to be. How
I know.
thinking.
Can
I'm
you
like,
imagine
I
this
mean-
big
Now,
kitchen?
and as you
I
all
know.
know, as they were moving from Washington
Can you
State
imagine
and making
this?
their way into Tennessee,
Just imagine
that
this
was-
house,
that was right in the
living in
early
it.
60s. Is that everybody? Y'all laying all right? Okay.
Built-in candle. Built-in candle.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh wow.
Well, I bet that was terrific to
I've
clean.
never seen one like that.
Me either. Just stay in the kitchen and dining area.
Oh my god. Oh, the bathroom. I want to see the bathroom.
Is this the
That's a compact.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, I didn't see it.
That's the dishwasher.
Okay.
Look at this toilet. It's so. No, look at this is a cute bathroom. It's ugly green, but look, it's so cute.
Yeah.
The little shelf they have.
Of course, that color was great back then. Look at the wallpaper. That's
I
cool.
know. That'd be cool. Like,
Her dress.
I know what I was. I love that dress. This is crazy. Oh, that's more of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll
Rody.
see the difference in the ceilings here because
This is great. Oh my gosh.
Compared to our house, it's stated our right building.
Look at the footage.
I know y'all will find
Oh, that's
it
amazing.
interesting to think that
Sub-Zero.
anybody of y'all have traveled from Nashville to here, like we spoke
She wrote a
about when we
cookbook,
talked about
Cooking
how
with
strong
Crisco.
our
Oh.
river was. They came all the way
This is
out
awesome.
here to do those family-oriented Crisco commercials. Now, can y'all believe that? For 6 years, you would have actually, I thought, because I watched it, you know, and I was like, I always thought they had like an off-site stage like in Nashville, wouldn't you? They came here and filmed them all right there because you can see the difference. The beams, that's the portion that Mooney built on once they had contracted to do.
Oh, the
Crisco.
stove. Little
So that is
oven.
the only portion, and you'll see, you know, a statue in there. Well, a
So
little
this is
makeup
built
of
on.
Miss Loretta and what
This
she
is so
normally
cool.
would wear. Always her hee-haw apron.
Why is this house so
But,
big on the
you'll
outside?
also see this stove here.
Well, I mean,
right
we-
beside the
we
gentleman with the
finished.
Superman shirt
How?
on. Yeah,
I don't see no more
But anyway,
places.
that right beside him, that is actually one of the pieces that
I don't see no
was used in the
places. Look at that
movie.
dress.
Universal Studios sent that to
Look at that
Miss Loretta
dress.
because that was her favorite piece. That old stove. You'll also see if
That's
y'all move
cute.
into the dining room, you can't miss that large look of an
A midget.
avocado colored bathroom.
She was a midget.
You not only have
Look
the
at that.
shower, the potty, the 2 sinks, the wallpaper. That was definitely
I love
a
that
flash
Me
on
too.
the 70s. No doubt with the wallpaper.
I love the chandelier.
In there in the dining room.
This whole thing, everything in here is like, oh look it. It's so
The
cute.
chandelier actually came from Andrew
That's
Jackson's
cute.
hotel.
Oh, wow.
And Miss Loretta wasn't one to actually dote on herself during her birthdays. She just didn't. So as we spoke about, she was on tour of
That is cute.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
That's not even attached.
That was the thing back then.
That's not even attached. I leaned on it and
in 60, Miss Loretta and Moody were actually moving from Washington State to Tennessee, and they were promoting her single Honky Tonk Gal.
oh, there's
And
one over
as it
there.
started to make large, they landed in Nashville to actually stay in 61. Now, Miss Loretta was actually, she sang at the Grand Ole Opry her first time in October of 1960.
So this is where she would record her
They
stuff.
actually rented their first home in Madison.
And obviously she did a lot of crocheting.
Crocheting?
She had a studio up where the Indians at. There's
Yeah.
a studio.
Yeah.
That she was singing and picking at. So they thought
That's
naturally
cool.
they had hit it big. By 63,
Wonder who this is.
Loretta made her first album that hit it.
Probably the twins.
Maybe, I don't know.
66 is when they arrived out here, and they stayed
could
here
just be
until 88, like we spoke.
A little,
We'll move on in here after y'all have taken enough pictures
That's
in
cute.
there, and we'll talk a little bit about the Lynn's Den. You guys will
Indian.
notice actually that the den is almost split like right in half. Now that we've spoke about Miss Loretta's background as far as being Cherokee, I will say even when she was touring like out in the Dakotas,
Chess.
she would stop off at the
Look
Indian
at all the
children's
guns.
schools, and she would spend time with them there, picking, reading, talking. Now guys, as you move in here, there's one thing you're going to do. You want to look up. These ceilings, as we spoke about, James Anderson is actually the gentleman that established Hurricane Mills back in the Civil War days and built the home. He and his wife lived here. They were fixing to have a son. He was stillborn, and his wife grieved herself to death and passed away 12 days later in the room above the parlor. But most of the movie here that you'll see as far as the movie pieces that were taken after, we've gone to the replica, we've seen that. There's just some pieces here in the old plantation home that I want to point out. You probably will remember this little piece here where Tom Lee Jones was sitting here portraying Mooney, and the little girls that were playing the twins, Patsy and Peggy, were leaned up against the couch. So that took place here. These were some of the outfits that were actually used in the movie portraying, naturally, Mooney and Miss Loretta. But you'll see all the Indian here, all the cowboy here. They fought over how they were going to design this den for 4 days. You look also, after you get through taking in the 200-year-old tile ceilings,
oh my Lord.
you look at the original. That's what the grist mill, that's what Miss Loretta saw with that beautiful steel bridge as we were talking about behind the grist mill. So you can honestly say she thought she was coming back out to a little bit of nowhere, which is where she came from. Also, as we talk about the replica, we were speaking about the Sears and Roebuck pages that were used for, insulation, JCPenney's. Now, I will say too, Mooney actually gave Miss Loretta her first harmony guitar when she turned 18, and he paid a whole $17 for that guitar from Sears and Roebuck. Miss Loretta, as you all may not know or know, she only had a 4th grade education. She went
That's
on
me.
to teach herself how to play chords. So that all happened in Washington State. We're going to move on in here, you guys.
That's my mom said. Mom thought I was a porn.
Just moved out of this because, as you can see, we don't go upstairs because some of the girls, especially the twins, they're active still. And you see this freestanding original staircase. It couldn't handle the weight after this many years.
Oh, we
But,
can't go upstairs?
But the twins still go upstairs sometimes, Like
to stay?
But sometimes when they come to stay, Patsy's here a great deal. She deals with the museum a good bit.
I
but
saw where
she's
they
really
go.
hands-on.
You should show me this.
Y'all move on in here. You'll also see that set of cabinets there from the floor to the ceiling. Now, as y'all have seen, as you've been to the museum, several of the museums, you've now been to the homes.
Kelly.
And you can see that
Kelly, look.
Moody built those thinking that, oh, this, you'll never fill these up. I know you keep collecting them. As y'all walk in here, you'll see
Oh my God, I
these
want that
cabinets are
bathroom.
full, those cabinets are full.
Oh my gosh.
I want that bathroom.
But as I've said to some ladies as we were talking about, if you were brought up in the country, in the mountains, and you were brought up with little or nothing, it's not really
Those are
been
my kids'
hoarders
rooms.
per se. It's kind of like you get to that point where you think, no, we'll hang on to stuff just in case. Just in case. And so I'm sure naturally she thought if she wasn't keeping it herself, she'd help somebody else with it.
Because it's pink.
Yeah.
Now, as y'all walk in here, you'll see all these
like the
mini
slippers.
album covers
What?
The slippers.
over the years. Now, I think you guys know also, she
That dress
made
is
the first
cute, too.
for many women back in the 70s with some of her singing songwriting. As a matter of fact, she was actually, before she was even inducted
I like
into
the
the
curtain.
Radio Opry, she was invited
The
back to
curtain,
sing
that-
17
yeah,
times
that's
consecutively.
cute.
And by this
Look at
time,
that.
Patsy
Mom, it's
Cline
so
has heard her
cute.
singing. And guess where she heard her singing? She heard her singing on Ernest Tubbs' Saturday Night Jamboree. Now let's talk about what happened when we were speaking about the first song Miss Loretta
Sex
ever
we can't
heard
go
when she was
upstairs.
11
Look at that.
was by Ernest Tubbs. I'm walking the floor over you. They became, mentors. Once she arrived in Nashville, they all knew they had something a little special with her. Again, she's only got a 4th grade education, and
Doesn't she
she's
have a
singing and songwriting. One thing that you will know, she went on to do something pretty bold. As you might have seen, there was one last photo as you're walking through in there of her mom, Claire. In 2004, she decided to cut an album with Jack White. And as y'all know, Jack White was 40 years or so younger than she. Totally different music genre, rock and roll complete. Miss Loretta steps out and she's joining in with him with her country, background songwriting history. Being the legend that she is, she's taking a chance. They go into all of her pages and pages. Miss Loretta would write so many songs. It might be just on a motel piece of paper. It might be
So cute.
on a grocery bag. She would just end up writing songs. Now, something that was pretty amazing, and he would tell you this too, is she writes in double chords. There's not many singer-songwriters that do that, and definitely not many singer-songwriters with a 4th grade education. That's just a natural, innate talent of Miss Loretta's. You guys, look up here. We'll take a look at some of her, well, as you've seen also in the museum, she not only was the first for winning the Female Entertainer of the Year in country music in 1972. She and Conway, as you see, they were the first vocal duo in 1972, same year. Now this dress you see in here, as you can see the size of her, very petite, as we've talked about, being a little firecracker. She wore that dress to the Hee Haw show in 1982. Another great thing is that her personal assistant to this day, he was one of the guys that designed over 800 of her dresses. If y'all have sat in and watched any of Tim Cobb is his name, and he's still with her to this day, a great deal.
So was Conway Twitty really short guy too?
He sort of was. He sort of was, yes indeed. Yeah. Now what you'll see is she was the first one to make $1 million sales off of a golden album, Don't Come Home a Drinkin', which was also Coal Miner's Daughter. But again, if y'all didn't know, Coal Miner's Daughter was actually the very first movie made, it was the very first biography made about a female. She's making a lot of firsts, okay? So anyway, you'll see when she did the cover of Coal Miner's Daughter, she had no idea. The book came out, the album came out. She had no idea they were going to make a movie, so she rented that dress to make the cover. They wouldn't sell it to her. Once all this stuff is happening and she finds out she's the first female and the movie becomes big, naturally, y'all see, she likes to collect stuff. And so she wanted to go back and buy that dress. They wouldn't sell it to her. So turn around and look in their bedroom.
She got it.
She had it made.
She had it made.
She had a dressmaker make it identically.
Sorry.
Said that it turned out really white. So she told the dressmaker, you know what you ought to do with that? You should just go soak it in coffee grinds.
Oh,
That's the mountain girl in her, and it turned out just like she wanted it. Also, in their bedroom here, you'll see lots of pink. Lots and lots of people.
So that was their bedroom?
That was their bedroom. All the children stayed upstairs, yes. And also, Sissy Spacek, when she portrayed Miss Loretta, did have a battle with migraines earlier on in her teen years. Sissy actually did, that filming was done in there in that bathroom, and some of it in this bedroom. Mm-hmm.
So she loved Avon.
She did. No, I'm glad you brought that up because I was fixing to ask you, ladies, does anybody know what all that shelves and shelves and shelves of stuff in there is? And you got, you ladies would know that it's Avon, but here's some real tweak to it. She still has all the boxes.
That's a true collector, right?
Yes.
That's crazy.
All this skin so soft in the bathroom.
I know.
And the soap on the road.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, and the soap on the road. Dad always got soap on the road.
Soap on the road. That's so great. Well, you guys, as you know, she and Conway toured from 71 to 89. This past weekend, on Saturday, her grandson and Miss Loretta's granddaughter Taylor, we did a tribute to them. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful just bringing back old memories. This goes to show how close and tight that they were. And I will say, I'll bring this up if you haven't heard. Miss Loretta's, what we hope right now, is writing a book about that time that they actually sang together and were on tour. So we're hoping that's the next book that's going to be coming out. But 93, you all have asked questions about Mooney and such. Of course, 93 was when we lost Conway Twitty. What happened was he was in concert that night and he suffered a stomach aneurysm. Ironically enough, they took him to the same hospital that Mooney had been in. Mooney was first suffering his ailment due to his ongoing diabetes. They had taken his first leg. With that said, and y'all now see, he's a cowboy. You know, he works the farmland. You take away that quality of life, and things start to change. That night when they took Conway in to take care of the aneurysm that had occurred, he suffered a massive heart attack, and that's when they lost Conway. Miss Loretta naturally was there with all said, not only because Mooney was in the hospital, but because her dear friend had just suffered something and was there to be able to be there with Conway's wife. Thereafter, very close thereafter, Mooney, they had to take his other leg. So with that said, he says to Miss Loretta, I can't hear the music anymore. And so they come back home. She brings him home to Hurricane Mills and she takes off tour. And in 96 she loses Mooney. So just to let you guys know what took place at that time and why this is home. And from her to you guys, thank you so much for coming. She opens it up. She wants you guys to see all the love that her fans and friends had given to her, still given to her, even on her birthday in April. The people that called, the cards that came.
That's cool.
She just hopes that you've had a good day at the ranch. If we can do anything to make your stay more fun, more peaceful, more family-oriented, just let us know. She wants you guys coming. And after 40 some odd years, all these activities, all these things that are scheduled are still going on. And y'all, she still has the sweetest spot and sees all these people coming in. And it just tickles her to pieces to know that everybody else is enjoying it just like her family did, because she knows that this does not happen without you guys. It didn't happen without the love of fans and little ones that are learning about who she was. She's just a little old country. She's just a little old country girl. And she still is. She's very genuine. She would never leave you without saying love you. So you guys, thanks for coming. We're going to go out this front door.
You enjoy working here then, huh?
Sir?
You enjoy working here.
I do. I like talking about her because she's like part of my family.
Where's Mooney buried at? Is he buried around here?
We don't even know. We're not allowed to know. That's a private thing.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine because they'll go there.
No, they actually, I've had that asked. That actually was a cemetery that was already here many years. It's actually called a county cemetery. And of course, naturally, you know, we don't.
There's ghost towns.
But as Miss Loretta will tell you, Haints. Spirits, sorry, that's country word for spirits, but she's not fearful of them. You know, they take care of her and she takes care of them. She's not fearful of it.
I wonder how many times you slid down this bench.
I've had another person say that's pretty slick, ain't it? You think
I was feeling the thing here, the place is
as
smooth.
is.
And up here, it's nice and
Got a
warm.
couple of nicks in it, isn't it? Well, you guys, we're going to head out this front door. Y'all take
Or whatever show it's called. Every year.
What? They said this is haunted?
They say it's there's Civil War because I think like Civil War people stayed here and stuff, soldiers.
Oh God.
So they're saying it's like Civil War.
I want to actually see like even if we saw like the outside of the house she lives in now, that'd be cool.
Well, once we get back in.
Okay. We can't get back in.
I said once we get back in the car, we'll go around back.
Oh yeah.
So what was that? Like
That's a guest house. That was a guest house. She's already said that. So this says we couldn't see the whole house, but
Well, I mean, you've seen.
majority of it. Okay, let's see what this is about.
oh Lord, let's hope I put my phone in here. I'm not being
You have mine. Huh?
Yeah.
because there ain't no calling it.
Do not hit the high voltage.
You still recording?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was recording at all.
I not know if I got my phone.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Don't say you left it somewhere.
Oh, if I did, it's going to be between from over there to inside that little
You got
parlor.
360 on it?
It doesn't matter. We have no internet.
Yeah, 360 still works with no internet.
Oh, it does.
I have to find my phone.
It's not in there? Oh, Lordy.
No, I think it's going to.
Jennifer's lost her phone. Oh wow.
What the? Oh, this is not gonna record it. I don't think I have night vision on this besides pictures. Jennifer lost her phone, Kelly. She's not even listening. She's going back to the cafe. She might think she left it there. Why does it look like railroad?
Because they have railroads inside of coal mines.
Oh. Hey, so that actually worked back in the day? This is how they did rocks?
That's not rocks, that's coal.
Oh. This is how they transfer coal?
Yes, coal miner daughters. She was a coal miner daughter.
And I would say back in the day, whenever they were doing that, this little side street wouldn't be there. It would just literally be just that.
That's kind of cool.
See, that's kind of what it would look like.
That's
Instead of it
cool.
being this little side part, you would just have that.
That is awesome.
I want all of you to take your time and look around.
It looks like you're about to take a crap there.
No trouble.
Dude, that lady knows a lot about Loretta Lynn. I would not remember all that.
She's done it so many times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like second nature to her.
That too.
Just like driving.
I asked her there at the end.
Huh?
I asked her if she confirmed if bologna was an aphrodisiac.
What'd she say?
I'm sure.
I didn't hear you ask for help.
Hopefully she can find her phone.
Yeah. Because I'm sure that phone has like her life on
It
it.
does. She
Yeah.
basically said that.
You said you seen her with it out here on this.
We were on the swing.
Well, the swing's right there.
This is cool.
I didn't know that's how far we had.
I know.
For the little cafe.
Oh,
What? Jason does not know how to walk. That's the second time. Did you see the first time he almost tripped? He literally almost tripped at a rock. He literally looked at a rock and still tripped over it.
you looked at him.
Literally.
I was in college in Atlanta, so I was going down some steps.